This week on Pop Fiction, War, Levy, Logan, Melrose, and RED is going to recommend something cool. Okay, this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you'll find all the news and reviews of pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story. The original Melrose plays was renowned for its dramatic and intensely surprising plots. Updating the storylines, highlighting LGBTQ plus relationships, and keeping a contemporary feel should be the key goals of the relaunch. Having a mix of established performers and newcomers can help the revival succeed beyond its predecessor.
Well, I, for one, am excited about this.
Right, so this one is actually built like around Heather Locklear this time. So let's like,
ooh, she's
coming back. I want to say Daphne Zuniga and the chick that played Sydney. What's her name? The redhead.
Yeah, not Josie Bissett. That
not
was
that one.
Jane.
Not
Marsha
Courtney
Cross,
Love
who
Smith.
was Kimberly. Laura Layton.
Laura Layton. So she's coming back. I know, or at least that's what it looks like. That's the rumor.
All right.
And I believe at least two of them was there was Daphne Zuniga and Laura Layton that was in, I want to say
the relaunch.
The first
the first relaunch.
The first reboot. We'll call it the soft reboot because it was only one season. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to keep it in that world because, I don't know, because I want to say they killed Sydney.
Hey, word?
It was a mystery. She was dead. And it turned out she had, I think, a daughter who came back.
Oh, boy.
I don't know, man. I watched it, man.
You gave it a burn?
I gave it a burn, man. They tried to do a little more of a diverse grouping of people. I remember there was
nice.
They had an Asian girl. I think she was like
the first one
call girl on the weekend.
So white.
Well, they had the one black girl, but then they got rid of her after the pilot.
And then they had another black woman who was Raj's wife from What's Happening Now.
What's Happening Now? Wait. Because I remember the first one was Vanessa Williams. Not Vanessa L. Williams, but Vanessa Williams.
Or it may be the opposite of that.
No. It was the one from New Jack
I know
City.
which one. New Jack City, yeah.
Oh.
New Jack.
Yeah. You know, that part with Nino Brown is like, I ain't going to tell my mom. I'm going to tell everybody. That's what Puff about to do.
Where is... You know what? Prime, the sports drink brand owned by Logan Paul, is being sued for allegedly misleading customers about the contents of its energy drink. Prime Hydration LLC is being accused by a lady from New York, we don't know who, of employing deceptive and misleading advertising when it comes to the amount of caffeine in their 12-ounce energy drinks. Is she saying too much or too
Well, apparently there's some forever chemicals in the Prime drink.
Ooh.
And the caffeine level is, I believe, much higher than what is. I don't know all the minutiae because, again, we are not an accredited journalistic source. So we will use a lot of
details
hyperbole.
Are not important.
We'll use a lot of inference to say, I don't trust the Paul brothers as far as I can throw a stick.
No.
So if they said that they did something in their energy drink, they probably did that shit.
Absolutely. But, I mean, of course, they're not the ones making it. But
well, they got their name on it, and they're walking around with the drinks. When they come to the fights, they're drinking Prime Energy. So
I don't drink energy drinks. Disgusting.
I just downed a Monster because I was feeling a little low.
A Monster, really?
I was feeling a little low. Whoa, I had to get off of Ghost.
You're weaning yourself off Ghost with Monster? What's after Monster? Oh, let me guess. Red Bull.
Yeah, we got to go back in time to the first one. Remember when Red Bull first came out?
Yeah.
Dime brought us that case,
yeah.
And we was like, this tastes like battery ass.
But it's keeping me up.
I can't stop dancing. Sorry. With so many movies and TV shows in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's difficult for a newbie to even consider trying to keep up with all the characters and plots. However, Deadpool and Wolverine director Sean Levy claims that there won't be any homework necessary to enjoy his movie. He then goes and says, I was a good student in school. I'll do my homework as an adult, but I am definitely not looking to do homework when I go to the movies.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. And I love that philosophy on going to the movies.
Right. And I want to say that when I go to the movie, but I feel like over the last decade and change, we as the audience have been trained to look for Easter eggs and little things like that.
Fan service stuff, yeah.
Fans, yes, exactly, 100%. And even in the Deadpool movies, they have a little bit of something.
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to see X-Men in 2000?
I 100% remember when we went to go see the X-Men in 2000.
Yeah, and then
you remember how happy I was?
I do remember. Yeah, you being a bigger X-Men fan than I was.
Yeah.
You were so happy with that. Great movie, and it's nice to see that. Wow, Wolverine still being played by the same person in every iteration since then.
That's nuts.
That's great.
Because at first I was like, wow, Hugh Jackman had been playing Wolverine for like 17 years up until he did his swan song, which I still cannot get through Logan without shedding a tear.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have kids.
I know. When she did the thing, the cross, and she
know,
knocked it on the side and it made the X.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Look, I'm good.
I did that, and so, well, see, this is what, because I was hearing that they were going to bring her back as an adult. Well, kind of an adult, because she's a little girl in this one. Yeah. And I think she might be 18 now.
Damn.
She might be.
Logan came out that long ago? Boy.
2017?
Yeah.
And she was 10, 11 in that movie. I don't know.
It hasn't been 8 years, but it's been 7.
So she, like I said, I don't know how old she was. She was a little girl. Now she's the adult X-23 coming in, or at least that's the rumor.
All right. Well, that'd be a nice showing for all of us. This week's review.
Civil War. A group of journalists with military ties in the dystopian future America must get to Washington, D.C. in time to avoid rebel forces storming the White House. That's a bit of a misnomer.
Storming the White House?
I should have. It was like they weren't trying to avoid the rebels. More, they were trying to get ahead of them. So, because they wanted to interview, their whole point was they wanted to interview the president because the president hadn't been spoken to by journalists, I want to say in the movie, for like 14 months of his third consecutive term as president, which I believe is what...
What I liked were the top two in the cast, which I'm going to say was Nick Offerman playing the president, which was wonderful. And then a world-weary Kirsten Dunst. Holy shit.
Wow. I would say tour de force performance by Kirsten Dunst. I would say the cast, the young girl who played the idealistic, wide-eyed journalist,
green,
like first she took a baton to the head like a champ.
Yeah, she did.
And
by Kaylee Spaney.
Ooh, yeah. I was sitting there. I could not remember where I recognized her from, and then it was like Pacific Rim Uprising.
Oh, you saw that?
She was. Yeah,
you know what? I saw that too.
You saw it too. I saw Pacific Rim Uprising. It was not good. But no, yeah. Then I didn't know her from anything else. But I would have to say, I've said this once. I said it 1,000 times. The movie is a lot. There's a lot of go in the movie. There's a lot of world building, and I recommend if you do see it. I saw it in the IMAX theater. It was loud. It was bombastic. It was everything. So when you're in like the war and it's the shoot 'em up bang bang, it makes you feel like you're really.
It felt like you were in it. I just saw it in the regular.
Nah, man, I was like, wow. We felt like
I still felt like I was in it.
And there was a lot going on. I don't know who the second male lead in the movie, but he was good.
Wagner
the way
Moura?
Where he was trying to like, do that. It's still kind of cool with the other journalists because she was kind of like off on her side, and then there was the black dude, and that was one of the detractors I had for the movie. So I'll start with this. Another movie where the first person like in the movie to die is the black guy. It's like, come on.
Well, he was the second guy, but he was the first person.
Because the first person in their crew. Spoiler alert! But like the first guy to die was the black dude of the
that's right.
of the WF.
Yeah,
because he was cornered, and they were trying to like lay down, and they were like, "Come on, make the run." He was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna make it." And they were like, "Go on, make it. You gonna make it?" He did not make it.
Yeah.
But and then when the young girl was walking, and she was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go over here because I saw something." And then the other dude followed her, and it was like, "Well, she's about to get raped."
Oh, like, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, that was
hanging. Oh my god, but so many good moments.
So many good moments. But I would say this now: you would have thought from the trailers this guy would have had a bigger presence in the movie than he did. But Jesse Plemons. Actually, the scene in the trailer was the only thing he was in. But what is that old saying? Like, there's no such thing
as there's only small actors, not small parts.
Man, just that scene he was in. You talk about a tense situation. Yeah. Your nerves are on end. And I wish JB was sitting right here so I could tell him how wrong he was.
He might have missed it.
Because if you didn't like that, that was so intense. When he sat there,
and shout out to my Asian brothers Nelson Lee and Evan Lai, who were in that scene.
The one guy, he was so good.
Yeah,
he was so good because the real fear was there. And I don't know why this man said he was from Hong Kong.
I know, you know better.
Read the room.
Florida, always Florida.
He said, yeah, we're all Americans here. He goes, yeah, but
yeah,
what kind of American?
I was like, uh-oh. But he knew.
But yeah, he knew there was like...
Spoiler.
Because old black man said, if you go down there, ain't nothing down there but death.
Yeah,
he knew.
Never.
But, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
This week, Ralphie D recommends an oldie but a goodie, Major League. You remember Major League?
Wild Thing?
The new owner of the Cleveland Indians puts together a purposefully horrible team, so they'll lose, and she can move the team, which is actually kind of based on real events. But when the plot is uncovered, they start winning just to spite her. And with the aforementioned Wild Thing, played by Charlie Sheen.
Brilliant cast. Tom Berenger.
Yes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Corbin Burnson.
Renee Russo.
And
Dennis Haysbert.
And the woman. Was that Kevin's mom? Who was that? Who was it wasn't Catherine O'Hara, was it? It was somebody who looks like Catherine O'Hara. Who is it?
Margaret Whitten.
I remember thinking it was Catherine O'Hara back in the day.
And Bob Uecker.
Oh, yeah, just a bit outside.
That's one of many quotes of a quotable movie. It's good. There's a couple of cringy things because Tom Berenger's kind of a stalker. Little bit.
But it was like the early 90s? Was it the late
89?
It was 89.
Or 88, maybe.
88? I just remember, like, there was the big, this is Cleveland Indians, like nobody cares. But the whole thing, I remember enjoying that. Now, I want to say there was 3, maybe 4 sequels to that movie, and they were all trash.
Oh, yeah, definitely. 2 was okay, but there's nothing like the original. Can you...
Dennis Haysbert as Pedro Serrano.
That's right. What was the name of his god?
Jobu?
That's right. Look it up.
It's Jobu's rum. Don't drink Jobu's rum. It's bad for you. You're going to curse.
Damn.
Look up the scoreboard now. Boot up.
See? And those are small quotes from the movie that you remember. And there's so many.
Needed a chicken bones.
And they got the KFC. I'm telling you, man.
Because they wanted to kill a chicken, so they got him a bucket of the KFC. Here you go. Damn, that movie was racist.
Yes, totally. But it was early 80s or late 80s, early 90s racism, so it was okay. I'm Ralphie D, and that's news to me.
That's a hell of a thing to say, but I'm cool on Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It wasn't quite racist, but it was a little bigoted.
It was
We'd like to hear what you think.
I think the coach was definitely racist.
He wasn't. No, he wasn't.
He sounded like
he sounded like a racist because he had that old voice.
If you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel.
I'm Ralphie D, and this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
Wait. You wasn't ready.
Adonis, pull yourself together.